A little late to the party, but the news the past few days is that Halo the Master Chief Collection, along with Gears of War, Forza, and Microsoft Flight Simulator, are in development for a PlayStation 5 and Nintendo Switch 2 launch. I want to stress that this is a rumor and not an official announcement from Microsoft. I repeat, this is not confirmed. However, the source of this rumor is YouTuber Nate the Hate, who apparently has leaked several things over the past year that were later confirmed, especially for the Nintendo Switch. The general buzz online seems to lean towards this being legit, but we won't know 100% until Microsoft confirms. The response from fans seems to be overwhelmingly negative, from what I've seen online. People are lamenting their childhood dying, as if 343 didn't kill Halo years ago. I think this is fantastic news myself. Halo is currently missing in action. The series is effectively dead in the public eye, and although people are still playing it, it's in a pretty poor position right now. Halo Infinite has less people playing it than the Master Chief Collection. A collection of games from the early 2000s is more popular than the most recent AAA title from Microsoft. As I mentioned in my last video, according to Steam charts, Halo Infinite lost 90% of its player count in less than a year. For the past 2 years, the average month's peak player count is no more than 4,000 to 8,000 players. That's embarrassingly bad. If you don't believe me, just look at Destiny 2, a game that is more than twice as old as Halo Infinite is in the worst condition it's ever been in, the studio just firing hundreds of their staff and the morale being at an all-time low, and yet they still pull in tens of thousands of players a month on Steam alone. Call of Duty, Apex Legends, Siege, pretty much every other game is pulling in tens if not hundreds of thousands of monthly players, and many of these games are older than Halo Infinite. Halo is dead, and has been for a long time. This is why I think Halo MCC going to the PlayStation is great. It will instantly double, if not triple, the player counts, which themselves are pretty low. People who grew up with Halo but now play PlayStation will get to be a part of this great franchise another time, and we may even get some new fans. I seriously doubt we'll see much long-term growth from MCC on PlayStation. Younger gamers don't generally seem to like classic Halo, but even a small boost in population would be great. Secondly, this is an opportunity for 343 to work on MCC again. 343 announced last year they would not be supporting the MCC going forwards due to a lack of recurring revenue. In other words, not enough money coming in. But a PlayStation and Switch launch would not only offer a new revenue stream, it would also reinvigorate hype for the next few years and hopefully lead to further updates post-launch. Halo MCC desperately needs some love. It's full of hackers, cheaters, and the server connection has been really bad recently. And with the recent controversy over 343's handling of the dig site team, community support is sorely needed. Some new updates and content would be great. The community has been begging for updates. There's still passion for these games, more so than for Infinite. Fans have been asking for Halo 5 to come to the MCC, which is another possible revenue stream. And while I and a lot of others don't think Halo 5 is really considered to be a Halo game, I'm not opposed to it as a competitive multiplayer game. There has also been a push for 343 to bring mod support to consoles, which is unlikely, but would be fantastic as well. It's clear to me that the future of Halo is in its community. 343 has made 3 Halo games of varying quality, but all 3 have been short-lived, low-population games that don't reach wider audiences. Fans simply do not have the hunger or the passion for these modern Halo games as they do for the old ones. Halo coming to PlayStation has a chance to boost our community, and I see no real downsides. Will this kill Halo? Considering Halo's in the worst condition it's ever been in, no, I really don't see how it could hurt. Could it help? Absolutely. It seems more of an emotional response than anything. Look, I understand the backlash. Halo is Xbox. Xbox is Halo. Xbox has had plenty of great exclusives like Gears of War, Fable, and Forza, but let's be real here, Halo's the only reason Xbox succeeded. Halo 2 and Halo 3 single-handedly built the Xbox brand. On console, Halo was the most popular esport, and MLG was basically built around Halo 2. Call of Duty did not build Xbox, nor did Gears of War. Halo did. And those days were so good. We used to have LAN parties with friends because we didn't have Xbox Live, holding around 3 TVs and 3 Xboxes so that your 10 friends could play multiplayer together, staying up until 3 a.m. with Mountain Dew and chips. Those are the best years of our lives. We were so free, and Halo and Xbox is the reason why. The emotional part of our monkey brain gets offended at new things. It's why people hear this news and get upset. But what do you expect? Xbox is a dying brand. Did you know that of the top 10 best-selling consoles in history, 9 of them are a PlayStation or a Nintendo? Only one Xbox console is in the top 10, and that's the 360 in 9th place. Xbox just isn't relevant anymore. You remember the days when Call of Duty DLC launched first on Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 players had to wait an extra month for the same content for no real reason? Yeah, the PS3 sucked, but every other PlayStation has been better than the Xbox. Xbox and Halo are both stagnant brands. They've both fallen into irrelevancy due to Microsoft's ineptitude. And for those of you saying this will kill Xbox or Halo altogether, have you been following the news? Do you not see what's happening? Xbox has been declining for years, and you're crazy if you think the next Halo is going to be great. 343, or Halo Studios, is going to mess up the next Halo just like they have the last 5 projects they've been involved in. And Microsoft honestly doesn't seem to care because their business model has changed. Sony, Nintendo, and Xbox used to share the same business model, release affordable consoles with high-quality exclusive games to encourage people to buy their consoles. Most people can only afford one console at a time, so having the best exclusives was the best way to get the most people to buy your console. But Xbox has left that behind. Xbox has transitioned to Game Pass. Their business model seems to be entirely based around subscriptions. That's why they spent billions of dollars purchasing Activision, Bethesda, and a bunch of other companies. They want to build the best streaming library, and honestly, they have. Even PlayStation has moved away from exclusives. The Last of Us, Uncharted, God of War, Helldivers, a lot of great PlayStation exclusives are also on PC now. My opinion is that console sales have peaked, and there's not much room for further growth. But subscriptions offer a new path. Also worth considering is that people who play PC typically don't play console, and vice versa. That means that console exclusives can go to PC without really affecting console sales too much. At the end of the day, exclusives are really not good for consumers. We have fond memories of the OG Xbox or PlayStation days, but let's not judge decisions based on emotion. Let's look at it rationally, and we'll realize that exclusives are not necessarily good for consumers, they're good for the billion-dollar companies. I mean, do you really want to have to buy 3 consoles and a high-end PC to be able to play everything? How much better would it be if everything was available on one console, or more realistically, one PC? Drop your nostalgia, lose the emotion goggles, and just focus on the facts. Games are better when more people can play them and can play together. Fortnite and Call of Duty have proven that multi-platform games can be massive financial successes. The console manufacturers are starting to realize that the old us versus them mentality isn't really holding up anymore. People used to play Xbox for the online community, PlayStation for the single player, and Nintendo for the family friendly. Some of that is still true, but honestly, I'm a PC player now, and I have no idea why any adult would want to be a console-only gamer. The resolution is generally worse, the frame rate is worse, the options are worse. I'm not hating on consoles, they do have some benefits, but exclusives aside, PC and multi-platform gaming is better in almost every category. I'm excited for the possibility of Halo on PlayStation because the future of Halo is in the community and the old games. Our passion is greater than Microsoft's ineptitude. There's almost no chance that 343 will be able to turn Halo back around with new games. 14 plus years and not a single lasting success under their belt. Yeah, it's totally going to be different this time. I could be wrong, the next Halo could be the best yet, and Halo on PlayStation could be terrible. Go ahead and tell me in the comments what you think. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you want.
I need a weapon.
Were it so easy.